folks. I hope all and every single one of you is having a fantastic day here. A day that'll be made even better once I announce some fantastic news from the heavens above. The Church of the True Believers, the one which you have all so kindly put your eternal faith in God above, will be donating $1 million to those who need it most. Yes, we know this correctly. $1 million. That's enough money to buy an honest folk like one here in this audience a house. Now I'm talking, of course, about the poor people in Africa. Now, this gift is one that comes so close to my heart, as it really shows how a community like ours can give back through acts of kindness solely through generosity.
On the surface, this seems like a positive help to those in need, but it's not completely selfless. The money given to nonprofits will serve as a great PR campaign. People will praise them for their generosity and for caring about the disenfranchised.
But this is manipulation, according to James BOATSMAN. It is a way to attract more people into buying their products due to their charitable nature. Furthermore, people will work for them at a cheaper salary while seeing it as doing the right thing. This is all done on the backs of the impoverished, who are the ones who should be receiving all the benefits.
Erica, United States Attorney Joe Hogsett said Michael Russell was only interested in lining his pockets and the pockets of his co-defendant.
A sitting member of the U.S. House has been indicted on fraud charges. Florida Democrat Corinne Brown and her chief of staff were charged today. The indictment says they used funds from a fraudulent charity to line their own pockets. The money was supposed to fund scholarships for poor students.
This is emblematic of many wealthy people and companies who will use charitable donations to be in the public's favor, all while lining their own pockets and objectifying those whom they claim to be helping.
In fact, thanks to organizations like ours, we're able to help their lives and even make them better. See, these poor things are in a situation where they simply can't help themselves. Imagine living in a desert along with your family. Now, is that not a terrible fate?
Charity organizations use exaggerated images of poverty and put on display dark and vulnerable moments from those less privileged. According to Duncan, charities even stage scenes and hire actors to invoke sympathy.
This is Joshua. He watched today as some lucky children went to school. He so wishes he could go to school, but it costs 50 cents to go to school here, and he hasn't got 50 cents.
This is not only deceiving the audience, but dehumanizes the aid recipients, defining them only by their suffering, perpetuating negative stereotypes, and promoting the idea of white saviorhood.
This complex implicates that minorities are helpless or lack agency, perpetuating negative connotations and reinforcing stereotypes.
Where Jose lives, there's no clean water, no medicine, nothing but poverty. But with Scott's $21 a month, Christian Children's Fund is able to give Jose good food, clean water, warm clothes, and the penicillin that saved his life. The only thing we can't save you from is your schoolwork.
The practice of white saviorism relates to as much larger issue concerning the representation of marginalized groups as a whole, as these groups face a lack of control when it comes to the images that is projected of them. Many parallels can be drawn perpetuating the issues of self-representation between the undesirable images portrayed by charitable organizations and the struggle for self-representation during the Black Arts movement. As described in the essay A Black Man's Vision of the World by Lars Lierow, many activists had to choose whether to commit to representing themselves or see their image diluted in popular culture and mainstream media.
The movement featured many notable characters such as Larry Neal, an African-American poet who put on important emphasis on self-representation, it being said that, quote, Black authorial and creative control were central to the conception of the Black aesthetic.
This greatly resembles many of the problems faced by the people who charitable organizations claim to help. Just like with the images portrayed of marginalized or disenfranchised individuals, the taking back of control of the narrative surrounding African Americans was crucial in the recognition of their civil rights and social dignity, as giving the control back to African American individuals, permitting them to disrupt false views and reveals truth to audiences.
Fundamentally, these examples demonstrate the need for self-representation among populations that charitable organizations claim to benefit as a way to show their own message.
Alas, no longer will any of us need to think about those horrible things happening in that godforsaken land. Instead, we can think about not just the one, not just the two or even the three, but the millions of African folks we'll be feeding out there. Thank the heavens indeed, and thank the Church of the True Believers. Now, I wish you folks a fantastic day, and may God bless you through all the endeavors that we would all pursue today. Thank you, you're far too kind.
All in all, racism lies within some charitable organizations' objective, even if a good deed is the goal. These organizations will overbuild the need for their services as a way to reduce their taxes, reduce worker pay, and build an overall awareness for the company, all whilst those in the need are dehumanized through the construction of a white savior complex.